Radical Democrats, they believe something very different. Take, for example, Congresswoman Omar, former refugee from war-torn Somalia. Congresswoman Omar recently said that she probably loves this country more than the people that were born here. Okay, Congresswoman, if that's true, you have a pretty strange way of showing it. In fact, during those same remarks, she accused America that we're not living up to our reputation. Really? Thank you. Take a look.
We export American exceptionalism, the great America, the land of liberty and justice. That is, you ask anybody walking on the side of the street somewhere in the middle of the world, they will tell you America the Great. But we don't live those values here.
This is not one isolated comment. Omar routinely trashes this country and sometimes resorting to conspiracy theories as well to do so. She once claimed that American soldiers slaughtered thousands of Somalis during the Black Hawk Down crisis. The truth, the reality, American soldiers were killed, hundreds of militants, literally during a clash with a violent warlord who had attacked UN peacekeepers. And that's not all. Omar also claimed that the U.S. was to blame for the al-Shabaab terrorist attack, remember, in the mall in Kenya. And she said that U.S. bullying, not socialism, led to the devastation in Venezuela. She also called former President Obama even a pretty face who got away with murder because of his use of drones. And today she even accused President Trump of causing the deaths of millions of Americans. Oh, how did he do that? Just added to the list of why people psychotically, impulsively hate Donald Trump for no particular reason in reality or rooted in reality. Take a look.
This is a president who has overseen the most corrupt administration in our history and pursued an agenda to allow millions of Americans to die from a lack of health care while he transfers millions of dollars in tax cuts to corporations.
Also, as you know, Congresswoman Omar has frequently used anti-Semitic language to bash America's relationship with our #1 ally in the Middle East, Israel, the only democracy in the region. Not long ago, she claimed that our close ties to the world's only Jewish state, all about the Benjamins, and then tweeted once, quote, "Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel." And while the Congresswoman frequently uses shocking language about the country and our allies, she's constantly minimizing the horrors of terrorism. Remember, during her time as a state rep in Minnesota, she asked a judge to grant leniency to 9 men accused of trying to join ISIS. Yeah, those people that cut other people's heads off, murdering terrorists. Yeah. During a bizarre interview in 2013, she could not even contain her laughter when talking about Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah. Take a look.
Every time the professor said Al-Qaeda, he sort of like his shoulders went up and,
Yeah, he's in command here.
Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah.
He's an expert.
And it was,
What's his name? What put his name on the
we are not saying his name. But it is that you don't say America with an intensity. You don't say England with an intensity. You don't say the army with an intensity.
Seems funny to you, Congresswoman? I don't think there's anything funny about 3,000 Americans killed on 9/11 by Al-Qaeda, or, of course, Hezbollah and the terror and the death and the misery that, of course, they are responsible for. Now, Congresswoman Omar also minimized terrorists during a speech at CARE. You may remember, and keep in mind, this is a fringe Islamic group listed as unindicted co-conspirators in the Holy Land Foundation terrorism case. Take a look.
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
Some people did something. Hijacked planes, ran them into buildings that fell down, hit our Pentagon and a field in Pennsylvania. Some things. Omar calls Israel evil. She accuses even Obama and Trump of being murderers. But when it comes to 9/11 and Al-Qaeda, just some people just doing some things. Seriously? Look hard at one of the 4 leaders of today's radical, extreme Democratic Socialist Party. The people you see with the most influence on the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates. It should be shocking, but we've seen it come.